What's going on, guys? We're back on the roof today because I just want to do a little bit of an update on the Elsys Amplimax Ultra for T-Mobile. Now, I had this up on my roof for about 6 months now since my initial review, and I'll link down to that in my description. But I want to give you a little bit of an update about using the Elsys Amplimax 5G as my only source of internet for about 60 devices throughout my home. So I want to start off by saying that it hasn't always been a pleasant experience. I mean, I wish it was a plug-and-play type of solution. I wish I could just plug it in and forget about it, but technology sometimes is not like that at all. Now, the Amplimax Ultra 5G, in my initial review, I said I'm getting some of the fastest combination speeds that I've ever gotten on T-Mobile, and I've tried the Waveform, Quad Pro, Quad Mini, the Invisigig 5G, and nothing came close to the Elsys as far as speed is concerned. Now, I did get much faster speeds on T-Mobile's G4AR unit, when combined with the Quad Mini there, but it was never as fast as the Elsys when it comes to upload speed. And I'm going to show you some of my speed tests. I'm generally getting like 180, 200 when it comes to upload speed. And even if you don't upload to YouTube like I do, if you have a Plex server running and you got 3 or 4 people remotely trying to stream 4K content, having as much upload speed as possible is definitely something that you would want. Now, let me talk to you about some of the issues that I've had with the Elsys, and then I'll talk to you about some of the improvements with the latest 3.0 version. Now, the 2-point-something version that came out, literally, I think just as I was doing my review, did a great job of giving us a little bit more stability. And I think I mentioned this in my original review, is just that it just wouldn't stay connected to a tower that was actually really close by. Now, right behind my shoulder, if I get some binoculars, I can actually see the tower. And that's the tower that I've struggled with. I think I took like 2 hours trying to position this just perfectly so that I would get the ultimate when it comes to a signal and strength ratio. And I did the same when it comes to the Quad Pro. I mean, this angle, this approach, this everything was absolutely perfect. And when you connect to that tower, I mean, I'm getting some really, really fast speeds. Now, I am lucky in my area. I'm in New York City. There's towers basically all around me within 5 blocks, 10 blocks, 20 blocks. So I'm never more than a mile away from some type of tower. But the Elsys just didn't want to stay connected to that super fast tower, I'm going to call it. Let's call that Tower A. It actually went and skipped it. And I actually did look this up on Cell Mapper and actually skipped the tower behind me and went to another tower, which was absolutely slow. And I was just at like 50% when it comes to my download bandwidth, and it usually should be 100 on that band 41. I was at 50%, and quite honestly, altogether it would get off of band N41 and 71 and just go to like band 2, band 4, and just really use NSA when I wanted to connect to SA, and sometimes it would even just switch over to 4G. So I was constantly just kind of rebooting this thing, and it really was a pain, but I stuck through it. I did not put back any other solution because when it connected, it was really, really fast. Now, skipping ahead, they have released version 3.0, and version 3 is actually doing a much better job. I don't have those same hiccups that I had with version 2. It's actually staying connected to that super fast tower, and I am getting some very fast speeds. As you can see, I set up a little bit of a speed test that runs 4 speed tests every single day. And I'm really happy with the speeds on this. I mean, randomly, occasionally, it'll switch back to that NSA band or lose band 71 and just stay on band 41. But just about 90% of the time, I'm at 100% download bandwidth. So I'm happy that they're doing some improvements. Let's just kind of take a look at that antenna. It's actually a really cool looking antenna, but I'm not staring at this on my roof every day, so I don't care what it looks like. But I am happy that I'm getting some really fast speeds now, and they have improved the software experience as well. The overall interface, rather, is actually well improved. And one of the things that I like is they do have a WatchGuard feature now, so it's going to automatically ping a server, and if it doesn't get a response after so many tries, it's going to reboot the Elsys. Now, a lot of you that live out in the sticks, you might have this issue where maybe you just drop off of towers altogether. So I like the fact that we do have that watchdog feature. And another great feature that they've implemented is a auto restart. And for those of you like me with version 2 that had to constantly reboot this on the daily, I'm happy to see that it's here. And I actually do have it set to reboot weekly just because it's always good to reboot your equipment every so often. But thankfully, I don't have to reboot it on a daily basis. But again, your results are going to vary when it comes to 5G service. When it comes to this, let's just call this new technology, your results definitely are going to vary based on location. But just adding the watchdog and the auto reboot has made a huge difference. And that's why I plan to stick with the Elsys, quite honestly. I don't really find myself wanting to switch. Now, I did switch back to T-Mobile's G4AR just to kind of do a little bit of a comparison. And while I did get constantly, I would say pretty much 9 out of 10 speed tests, I was maxing out that 1 gig connection. My upload was never really as fast as the Elsys. I would be at 120, 130. And the problem with the G4AR, since they updated the latest firmware, is that it doesn't want to stay connected to the SA band either. It constantly booted me off, and I was on 4G probably 3 times a day, and I just got fed up, and I went back to the Elsys, which I never uninstalled. This is going to stay on my roof until something else comes along that might be a little bit better. But for you guys that are wondering, the Elsys is now about $800, and that is definitely steep, and they claim tariffs or whatever has pushed the price up. $800 is a bit steep, guys. I mean, I've seen them sometimes refurbished for 100 or 200 less. I'll throw some links down below if you're interested in it. And for $800, I know a lot of you are going to say there's other solutions out there that have updated modems, that have a much better modem, a newer modem, this, and the other. But it really comes down to the interface, and it really comes down to ease of use. And quite honestly, the reason why I don't use the Quad Pro is just because of this one power over Ethernet solution. I mean, I don't need this thick cable to go through my window. I don't need to drill some really massive holes. I can just use an Ethernet cable, run it, and I'm good to go. So it really comes down to the ease of use, the deployment of the Elsys Amplimax 5G here. And yes, I'm going to come back to price because after tax, it's pushing $900. So you really have to be invested in T-Mobile's home internet. You really have to be invested in trying to get a little bit more speed out of what T-Mobile's supplied modem will give you. And they did just release an announcement that the G5AR is coming out, but they got rid of the external antenna leads. And that just makes me, as a conspiracy theorist, to say that they just don't want people using solutions like the Quad Pro, Quad Mini to kind of increase their speeds. I really think they're capping those modems. I really think they don't want people to get the most speed possible. And I don't know, I'm just making that up, quite honestly. There's no proof or whatever, but I do know I've never gotten 200 upload speed from T-Mobile's modem, whether it was the old Nokia or whether it was the G4AR, even when combined with an external antenna. I just never got that fast of an upload. And to lose 200 or 300, I mean, the Elsys did connect up to 1.2, 1.3. I even got up to 1.5 at one time. So this is capable of getting some really fast speeds. Again, it all depends on your area, the time of day, congestion. And as someone who's used about over a terabyte of data on a monthly basis, I might be getting capped just a little bit in certain times. But I've never seen this modem dip below 500, 600 with the Elsys rather. I've never really seen it go that below. So I kind of went a long way around it for the price point aspect of it. Yes, $900 is a lot, but if you're invested in T-Mobile, if that's your only solution, or if you're on a plan like I am, that this is $25 for life, I'm definitely sticking with T-Mobile until they get rid of that pricing. And I only really see the speeds going up, quite honestly. I don't see 5G technology slowing down. And I know T-Mobile is committed to really becoming the leader when it comes to home internet, 5G home internet, and even cell phone internet. So T-Mobile is definitely going to try and give us the most speed possible. I mean, that's really it, guys. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. I'm really happy with the Elsys still. It's going to stay up on my roof. I mean, man, $900 though. It really depends on your situation. Let me know down in the comments below. And I also do know that the Invisigig 5G is also coming out with version 2. So that's going to have some improvements as well. Hopefully I can get my hands on that to test for you guys as well. But at the moment, I mean, I don't know, guys. At the moment, I'm thinking the Elsys is still the best option if you can afford it. And my advice still holds true from my original video. Take your time. It might take you 2 days. It might take you 2 hours. It might take you 2 minutes to find the best location depending on where you are. but once you get that location, you are going to get some faster speeds than T-Mobile's supplied modem. 100% for sure. Let me know what your speeds have been like down in the comments below. As always, I'm really interested in this type of stuff. I love this technology. I love 5G technology. And I just love tinkering with hardware and just new solutions all around. So the Elsys, definitely the way to go. I appreciate you guys watching. Once again, let's keep the discussion going down in the comments. Is this worth 800, 900 bucks? Is this something that you've already deployed and you're happy with the firmware updates? Are you still having issues with it? Let me know down in the comments below, because I really don't have any complaints anymore. The only thing I would like to see actually with another update, and I heard it might be in the works, is just a tower locking function. I'd love to be able to just lock onto that one tower and forget about it. But even without that fact, I'm still getting some really fast speeds, and it's pretty much staying strong on that one tower behind me. So I'm extremely happy with the Elsys, but let me know what you think about it. Catch you in another video.